Hello Trekkies and welcome back with another character, Datafile. Well, today we're going to talk about one of the most adorable characters in Star Trek Deep Space Nine, and that would be Ishka, aka Moogie. Well, what can I say? She is a really adorable character indeed. She first appeared in the episode Family Business in Season 3 as the mother of Quark and Rom. And she also happened to be the second female Ferengi who we got to know from Star Trek Deep Space Nine, and through her we got to know quite a lot about the Ferengi society as well. Ishka is not a traditional Ferengi female. She does wear clothing, she doesn't chew the food for her sons, and she even talks to strangers. Not to mention she earning profit, but again, that's probably gonna be another subject in this video. So she's not a traditional female, and as I mentioned, because of her we got to know more about the Ferengi society. We got to know that Ferengi female is not allowed to wear clothing, they're not allowed to earn profit, and they're not even allowed to go outside. Not to mention they're never allowed to be talking to strangers, which is quite comes as a surprise and shock for Brunt when he first happened to meet Ishka, and then Ishka addressing him, but he just kind of was like, is she talking to me? Is she really talking to me, this female?
Was she addressing me? No, not at all.
Of course I was. This is my home and I'll speak to whomever I want.
Just a side note, if I miss my character data file on Brunt, I'll link the video in the description box below. Apparently Ishka made a big investment to a Hyperion beetle farm that she was earning quite a lot of profit of that she didn't tell Quark at the very beginning. They got into a lot of arguments at the very beginning, but obviously Ishka understood that, hey, I don't really want to harm my kids, I don't really want to harm my son and cause any problems to him, so she agreed to actually return the profit that she earned, and then she only declared a little bit amount of profit. Obviously this didn't really let her not do anything more and just, stop any financial purchases that she did before and investments that she did before. She actually went and she found other ways to actually influence the Ferengi society, and she actually wanted to be part of the Ferengi society as well, not despite of being a female. She was attending Tongor tournaments when she actually met Grand Nagus Zek. Well, in a sense of met, she was downstairs in the women department, and obviously Zek Nagus was up in the male department, in the male champion league. But she got to know that Zek was actually having troubles with the game itself, and then she slipped some advices to Zek how to actually turn the game onto his advantage. Obviously Zek won the tournament, and they started corresponding with each other. She did not reveal herself as she's a female, not to mention she's Quark and Rom's mother. Obviously after a while they met, and Zek almost got a heart attack when he found out that Ishka is a female, plus not to mention his Quark's mother, that also gave him a heart attack almost. So it was quite an interesting introduction, but by the time when they met and they got through this whole secret introduction process, they quite been the fond of each other, so they kind of fell in love, and she was basically able to open Zek's eyes. Then there's more into this Ferengi society than just profit. There's love, there's equality, there's a female side that you can also enjoy, not just as earning profits and having females as servants in the Ferengi society. Obviously the FCA and Brunt didn't really like this so much, so they got Quark into the picture, who supposedly had to kill this relationship between the Nagus and Ishka as well. Obviously his attempt worked for exchange of his business license.
Congratulations, Quark! You've not only destroyed my life and Zek's life, you may have triggered the destruction of the entire Ferengi economy.
As I mentioned, Ishka wasn't really a typical Ferengi female. She wasn't just giving advices to Grand Nagus Zek. She was actually doing some secret meetings with the FCA to actually help reinstating the females into the part of society, and then giving the females a sense of freedom that they will be able to earn profit and contributing to the Ferengi society. Well, obviously they've been doing some secret meetings, and at one point she actually visited Deep Space Nine with Grand Nagus Zek. Unfortunately, during her visit, Quark and herself, they had a massive fight about the whole influence thing, and how Quark doesn't believe that is the right thing to do for the Ferengi society. Because this fight she had a heart attack and she needed a new heart. Well, by the FCA head is on its way, they had to find an alternative solution, so Quark was the only absolute option. He went into the sickbay and he came out as a woman to pretend that he is a female financial advisor.
It comes to profit, I'm your girl.
Obviously later Ishka recovered and they had a really interesting mother and son bonding by the end of the episode.
You may be a lousy son, But you made a wonderful daughter.
During the Dominion War, Ishka got kidnapped by the Dominion, and they've been asking Kievan, a former Warta, to be returned to the Dominion. But before she got saved by the magnificent Ferengis, she was actually being captured with Yalgrun, the Warta leader, in Empok Nor. Even though she was threatened to kill if they won't return Kievan, she was still giving advices and financial advices to Yalgrun, which I found absolutely hilarious. So she, even though she was on the edge of, you know, getting killed, she was still giving some advices. Being a good Ferengi, she was giving advices to a Warta like, hey, actually you could go well with a business portfolio.
You see, a diversified financial portfolio can mean greater profits and healthier looking skin.
Around 2375, Ishka and Zack, they traveled to Deep Space Nine before they went to their final retirement place in Risa to reinstate Rom as the new Grand Nagus in Ferengi Nar.
Are you sure we picked the right brother?
Come, my dear. Risa's waiting.
The character overall appeared 5 times in the Star Trek Deep Space Nine, and she was referenced in a couple of other episodes. She played by Andrea Martin in the first couple of appearances, and by the episode Ferengi Love Song, she apparently wasn't available, so they had to cast someone else. That's when Cecil Adams came in, and she basically earned the role by the end of the episode. To be honest, for me, I never really noticed that the character basically played by 2 different persons. The makeup was heavily applied for both actors, and I didn't really notice the difference between the 2 actors because they kind of looked alike. But obviously, checking the character face now, you can see the differences between the 2 actors and the 2 makeup itself. Andrea Martin, who first played the role, she didn't really have to read or audition for the role. René Auberjonois was the one actually who recommended them to hire Steven Berg, and they didn't even let her to come in or anything, just like, okay, you know what, just bring her in. And she will do the makeup and she will do everything, and she actually nailed the whole character the very first time. And as I mentioned, she wasn't available by the time when they've been filming Ferengi Love Songs, and they had to recast someone else. They got Cecil Adams, who auditioned for the role, and she didn't really play any alien before. She didn't know how to do loads of different movements or how to play with makeup or what's an alien like, but she requested some footage from Martin's performance, and she actually got the basic sense of it. And when they got to the audition phase, she basically reprised the role of Moogie, and by the end of the day they said, hey, you are Moogie, you don't even have to play anymore. Personally, I loved Moogie so much. Every time when she was on the screen and interacting with Quark and Rom and with Zach Nagus and with Brunt even, there's so much heart, so much life and so much passion and energy came out from that character that I still cherish so much. And I do find her really funny, really easygoing, and really just a fun character to hang out. I mean, if I would have the chance to meet her, Andrea Martin, I would love to meet her, and Ishka itself as a character. But I'm pretty sure a lot of you know that Andrea Martin is still around. She's about 72 years old by the time of this recording, and Cecil Adams unfortunately passed away quite a few years ago by now, but both of them been giving a fantastic performance, and I didn't even notice the transition between the 2 actors. They just gave the ultimate Moogie experience. So that was my character data file about Ishka, aka Moogie from Star Trek Deep Space Nine. Please let me know what was your favorite or least favorite moment with this character, or how did you like this character, or what you wish you would have seen her more or less, or just wanted to see some different scenarios. Please let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and I'm really looking forward to have a discussion with you guys about this fantastic and adorable character. As always, thank you very much for watching. Please don't forget to like and share the video, and don't forget to subscribe to receive all the geekiness every week. And until next time, live long and profit.